Hi guys, welcome to the CAVOK channel. This is the first video for the channel, hopefully many more to come. Slight confession, it's actually the second time I filmed this. First time was pre-surgery, however I managed to delete it during the editing process. So that just goes to show how useless at technology I am, and probably a sign of things to come really. So please bear with me. This is all new to me. As I say, I'm not particularly tech savvy and also not that comfortable being in front of a camera. So put the two and do together, it's probably a recipe for disaster, but we're going to give it a go anyway. This is the first video, so I think it's probably a good place to provide an introduction really to me and also the brand. For me myself, so my name's Dan. I founded the brand in December 2020 during lockdown. This isn't my main job, it's a hobby business. I am a serving Royal Naval Officer, have been for 13 years. That's my income for my family, etc. So this really is just a bit of fun, as I say, a hobby, one I particularly enjoy, and hopefully that comes across in the products and also what we're trying to achieve via our social media channels. The business itself then, why did I set it up? Two main reasons. Firstly, I've kind of alluded to it already really. It was during lockdown, everyone had a bit more time on their hands, including me. So I decided to put a couple of passions together. Always been quite interested in designing things, a bit of a doodler, drawing, etc. So yeah, I just put a few of those ideas on a piece of paper really, designed a few cricket bats, and then from there it led on to a business. I've always been quite interested in business. My job is really, I suppose, the complete opposite to business in the sense that I just take a salary home. I don't have to think about actually earning money as such. So I wanted to give it a crack and combine my two passions. As I mentioned, cricket is obviously something I love, always have done, but that design process and just having a bit of a go at business just excited me really. So yeah, we set it up in 2020, so the back end of kind of lockdown, just in the main house up the garden there, me and my wife. Basically ran it from the kitchen to start. Got a few products over, designed some stickers, came up with some bats, and then was really fortunate to connect with a local bat maker. And again, full transparency for this really, this is an honest and open kind of discussion. I don't personally make the bats, that's a good thing, because if I did, they would be terrible, and yeah, pretty much all they'll be good for is firewood. So I've got a bat maker that says local to me, really renowned, good quality bat maker. So the majority of my bats are handcrafted here in the UK, which is a real selling point. And then the other part of why I set up the business, I suppose, is financial reasons, and that's for the customer. You know, I think buying a bat these days, you're looking for a top-end bat around £500 to £600, which to me is a little bit ludicrous. I understand why. You know, these big companies have large running costs, and also the price of willow has just kind of gone up and up and up recently. So yeah, I understand it. You know, that's their main business. They have to earn an income. I get it. But to me as a customer, in terms of technology, there's not a huge amount of development over the last 10 years, let's say. The bats have got a bit bigger, but essentially it's still English willow. So yeah, I wanted to kind of keep the prices lower if I could, and I can achieve that, I suppose. And I feel like I've priced relatively fairly. As I say, the point of this business is not for me to make a huge income or anything, so I don't need the massive profit margins to cover my costs. I run it out of this shed in my garden. I built this last year. It's kind of not quite complete yet. If I was to pan the camera around, you'd still see a bit of painting and stuff to be done. But you know, to have a little facility down the bottom of the garden is really cool, and it's really helped to sort of take the business to that next level really. As I say, I don't have any electricity costs down here. I don't have rent to pay, and also being a small business, I also don't have to charge VAT to my customers, which is, you know, that's 20% straight up. So all in all, the point of the business really is to provide an affordable cricket brand whilst not compromising on quality. As I say, the majority of my bats are handmade in the UK. The rest of my products are obviously imported, but I think of a reasonable quality, and that's come through from the sort of customer reviews I've had. I sort of mentioned there that the majority of the bats I have are handmade in the UK. I have last year just kind of dabbled with a few imported bats, and that's the main reason for that. Is I had a few customers ask about it. I think over the last 2 or 3 years, we've seen a real shift towards the big Indian brands. A lot of the pros have clearly given up the kind of UK brands people like Johnny Bairstow, David Milan, moving away from GM and going towards SS Ton. A lot of customers have seen that on the telly and seen these big bats that are gauge fillers, 40mm edges. Everyone seems to want that. So we've just imported a few just to sort of test the water with it really and see how that goes. And there has been a fair amount of interest for that. So kind of catering for both sides of the spectrum, I suppose. There are definitely customers who want UK made and back British, which is really cool. But also, as I say, we do now have those slightly bigger bats, because you can get a little bit more wood into the bat overseas, and we've got a really good bat maker over in India who's making those for us. So you've got both of those options, and if you go onto the website you can actually just choose. It's almost a bespoke package, I suppose, in the sense that you can choose where it's made, choose weight, etc., and have a bat perfect for you. I guess that's all I need to really sort of say about the business at the moment. Hopefully there'll be plenty more YouTube videos to come. There is going to be a series on my shoulder, just a little vlog really about the recovery, etc. The first video of that has actually already been filmed, so for continuity it will look a bit weird because the first video I didn't have a sling. As I say, I did do another video to introduce the business, but I messed it up. So all in all, this is where we're at. And yeah, hope you enjoy the channel. Yeah, if you can like and subscribe, that'd be amazing. I find it's a bit cringy saying that, but I think that's what you've got to do on YouTube. So yeah, please share amongst your friends, and plenty of content to come really. There's going to be a bit on the business. So a bit on like my shoulder rehab. I'll touch upon another announcement I've got regarding a sort of sponsored walk. And then finally, also a few people who asked me about cricket weather, and which is something I'll do throughout the season, I think, going forward. I'll do a bit of research now to see what we're looking like for the season, but then also, yeah, I think on pre-match day, so maybe a Friday evening or something, I'll provide a bit of a cricket weather related video to, kind of provide a little bit of information about what conditions you can expect for different parts of the country, and you can kind of comment, and if you want to request for your club, etc., then yeah, we'll try and get a weather forecast put together for that. Thanks very much for listening, guys, and until next time, take it easy.